Welcome to the Multi-Ethnic Learning Community Summit. God's Word, the compass for unity. My name is Clarence Gaines, and I hope this summit will be a truly meaningful experience for you. For some of you, it's second nature to talk about the issues that we're exploring at this workshop. For others, it's a challenge. If it's a challenge for you, I applaud you for being here, and I encourage you to bring a learning mindset to this summit. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm in the first category. Issues revolving around race, diversity, inclusion, equity, and justice have always been deeply embedded in my soul. You can't be a black child of the segregated South who came of age in the 1960s and 70s and not be touched by the inequities in our society. One of the most powerful statements and conversations I've ever heard about race was spoken by Tom Hartman when he interviewed Michael Eric Dyson about his book, A Sermon to White America.
I mentioned my own growing up because growing up as a kid, I never thought about race, frankly.
Course.
Outside of looking on TV and saying, oh, yeah, there's the marching going on, or,
Right.
And it wasn't until I was in high school that I started interacting with people of color and discovering that they were talking about race all the time.
Right.
And I had never talked about race.
Right, exactly.
And that, I probably was 40 or 50 years old before it dawned on me that was the most powerful part of white privilege, was that I never had to think about race.
That's a great
I never
point.
had to wonder what impact my race was going to have if
That's
I
right.
walked into a restaurant, if I tried to get a job, anything like that.
That's right.
At the end, you heard Hartman say, the most powerful part of white privilege is that I never had to think about race. Let that thought marinate in your brain for a while. Know this, I've thought about race at some point every day of my life since I was a teen. The theme of this workshop is unity. How many of you have been exposed to multicultural environments that have been truly unified? I have, mainly through sports. Sports is one of the few areas in our society where people of different races and socioeconomic levels have the opportunity to come together and cast aside our preconceived notions about the other and work to accomplish a goal. I've been attending Christian Assembly for over a decade. CA likes to make a distinction between membership and partnership. You don't become a member of CA, you're a partner, one who can make a difference in the church. I've participated in the CA huddle, a life group, been to church-sponsored workshops, and sing in the choir. But the most connected and unified group that I've been associated with through CA is the multi-ethnic learning community. They're my people. I became a partner with this group after attending their first ever workshop of this type, which was held on December 1st, 2018. It was a racial reconciliation workshop that was led by Fellowship Monrovia's John Williams, that was co-facilitated by Sandy and Doug Shop and Paul Gibson of the multi-ethnic learning community. Sandy and Doug's heart for God and desire to see CA evolve into a more unified body is exemplary. Paul, who I greatly respect, has consistently mentored and reached out to black men who attend CA and encouraged them to become a part of the community. It was Paul who invited me to that first workshop, and for that, I am thankful. After that workshop, I joined the multi-ethnic learning community. There's a lot that makes our group special, but besides being a multicultural group that seeks to grow in love for Jesus and one another through God's Word, it is a co-ed group. And if you don't think that's unique in church and Christian circles, then you probably have never been a part of a church group. What the MELC is about can be best summed up by a note I received from Sarah Dornbos. I'm so grateful for the MELC to connect with like-minded CAers who keep calling us to greater engagement. So grateful to be in community with you. Sarah, I feel the same way. Be blessed to bless and enjoy the journey you're currently experiencing.